This video is going to be prompted crash or opportunity on how to handle the market right now. These are 10 stocks I am dollar cost averaging. I'll go ahead and go over them right now, starting off with Nvidia, current price being 142 as of today, January 24th, 2025. It's down 3.5%. This is a dip opportunity in Nvidia. I'm going to be looking for 180 during this year minimum. And in terms of a higher risk price target, looking for 210 to about 240 for Nvidia. I do think we have another run up towards the market here for Nvidia, so keep an eye out for a lot of upside movement here. In terms of the downside for Nvidia, in case this isn't the bottom, if we start to landslide down to 130, that could also be a bigger dip opportunity for Nvidia, especially for those that are holding Nvidia for long term. No matter the price below 150, this is pretty good entry, especially if we're looking for 180 to 240. Next stock is going to be Amazon. Amazon here at 233. Should have earnings here pretty soon. I expect to see a leg up towards 250. 250 is our short-term price target, and then by end of the year, I am looking for 300. So while we're below 240, this could be a great entry. Going into Google here at about $200, looking for a short-term price target of a leg up towards 220. Once 220 fills, end of the year, I am looking for a 250 price target. In terms of dip opportunity, wouldn't mind adding Google right here. Anywhere below 200 is good. If you happen to get below 192, that's even better. And again, we're just dollar cost averaging. So Meta here at 645. Would have preferred this while it was closer to 600. It was roaming around the 50 EMA on the daily chart for quite some time, and now we're just lifted above the 50 EMA, making a new high of 652. If we get a pullback down to 630, that wouldn't be a bad entry as well. And again, since we're dollar cost averaging throughout this year, wouldn't mind adding even at the high right now. Seems a bit crazy and counterintuitive, but long term, I'm looking for $800 price target for Meta anyways. So we can look back at this video and look back and say 652 wasn't a bad entry at all. Unless you are short-term trading, 652 is definitely fine in my opinion. Microsoft being the next one at 442. Been saying this for quite some time, but looking for a new all-time high to be tested. 466 here will be tested, and then we should have a new price move up towards 500, ranging all the way up to 600. This could be within a year or two, but again, while we're below the all-time high at the moment, this is a pretty good dip opportunity at 442 in my opinion. Of course, if we dip down further to 430, I'd probably add more dollar cost average into Microsoft between 407 and 430, but I wouldn't mind starting right here. Apple here gotten beaten down from the high from 260 all the way down to where we are at right now at 222. If we check the percentage difference, that is right around 15% drop from the all-time high. I do think we get that retracement back up. Just a matter of time. So this is a pretty good dip opportunity. Probably the best dip opportunity out of the Mag 7 right now, with Apple being down 15%. That means we are minimum looking for a 18% retracement back to the all-time high and closer to 270 in my opinion. By the end of this year or mid next year, my price target for Apple is actually closer to 320. 260 here being the all-time high, should be retested within this year. And then I do think that this is the bottom for Apple, right around 218. Tesla here. This one is a bit riskier, but still in my top 10 purchases. If we take a look at the daily chart, we have a bullish crossover where the 50 EMA is crossed above the 200 EMA. And we've been respecting the 50 EMA quite well here. We can see there's a bounce here, back here, and then just confirming support here on the 50 EMA. If we do pull back, the lowest I see Tesla dropping to is right around 337, which is the 100 EMA. But more realistically, in the short term here, I think we do get a test back towards 383. So Tesla, I would prefer an entry below 400 if possible. Wouldn't mind adding or dollar cost averaging right now, since my long-term price target for Tesla is actually closer to 800. By the end of this year, I do expect to see 504 to 623 being tested. So the bonus 3 stocks I have for 8, 9, and 10 goes to Palantir. Palantir here at 78. Eventually expecting to see 107 to about 125 be tested within this year. And if we go ahead and line that up, that is a 35 to about 57% gain from where we are at right now. And if you're looking for a more deeper dip opportunity, possibly down to 68 or 58, that is a 14% drop, potentially a 26% drop, which I do expect to see at least one of these being tested in the short term. Long term though, we should see that trace back up to 107 to 125. Dollar cost averaging, wouldn't mind starting here as well. Going into our next one, it is going to be Sofi. Sofi being our 9th stock. And again, because we're dollar cost averaging, right, not too risky, wouldn't mind dollar cost averaging throughout each month. I wouldn't recommend adding all at once. So Sofi here being at 18, looking for a price target of 19 to 22.60 here in the short term. So in the next couple of weeks, keep an eye out for 22.60 being tested. And then minimum, I do think 28 is going to be tested within this year. We should be able to make a new high for Sofi as well. High of all time is 28. And then with the bullish crossover on the weekly chart, I'm expecting 28 to be tested this year anyways. So keep an eye out for possibly 30 to about $40. I'll leave a mark here just to remind us. So from where we're at right now, 18 to 40 is about a 128% gain. If we want to just speak minimum, so to $28, that is a 59, close to 60% gain. Our last stock is going to be SoundHound AI. This one recently made a new all-time high at 25, and I don't think SoundHound run is done for this year. We should be able to see a test towards 40 in my opinion. Right here we tested close to that 25.66 Fibonacci resistance. Just a bit of a retracement back down below the 61 percentile. Watch for the retracement back to 25, and then the next leg up should be towards $32 to about $41. Percentage difference from where we're at right now to 25 is a 60% gain. To 31.50, that's about 93%. And then to my price target of 40 should be about 149% gain. Again, I wouldn't be adding all at once right here, just dollar cost averaging between these 10 stocks. You'll notice that the first 7 I talked about were the Mag 7, Nvidia, Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Apple, and Tesla. And then our last 3 stocks being Palantir, Sofi, and Sound. If you're in any of these stocks, let us know down below in the comments. If you're looking for our Discord community, we do have a link down below in the description where we have over 32,000 members, and it's free to join. Lastly, we do have Patreon for 90% off discount right now if you're looking to join for our premium alerts where we share live entries and exits on options alerts. Thanks for watching.